Hello everyone, myself Dr. Mahesh Kumar and today my lecture on topic Agni Karma. It is the second lecture of title Agni Karma, their scope and mode of action. In previous lecture of Agni Karma, I already described about the basics of Agni Karma and the application of Agni Karma in surgical practices. As you know, the Agni Karma is a parasurgical procedures and described in ancient Ayurvedic text. It is similar or assumed to be intentional therapeutic heat burn therapy. It is a specific treatment modality of Ayurveda and detailed mentioned in Sushrut Samhita, chapter 12, Agni Karma Vidhi Adhyay. Now, the practical term intentional therapeutic heat burn therapy, that is Agni Karma, is popular among the clinicians for the management of various diseases. The aim of the presentation is or talk is to project the scope and importance of Agni Karma in clinical practice. Also to elaborate the mode of action of Agni Karma or possible mode of action of Agni Karma. With this to aim, I proceed further in this lecture to describe it. Before going to detail, one must be expert in the therapy, as be expecting expertise for therapy. As Agni Karma is successful in treating various diseases, but it expects expertness to avoid the complications. As mentioned in Ashtanga Hridaya, that is शस्त्र क्षाराग्नयो यस्मान मृत्यो परम आयुधम आप्रमत्तो भिषक तस्मान तान सम्यक आचारेत। शस्त्र क्षार और अग्नि ये मृत्यु के परम आयुध हैं, इसलिए चिकित्सक को सुविचार करके सही से अग्नि कर्म चिकित्सा का प्रयोग करना चाहिए. सो बिफोर गोइंग टू प्रोसीड, वन शुड take operative skills with the practice of yoga, operative surgical practice on the non-living things, dummies. For the Agni Karma, the yoga should done on mridus mans khandeshu agni chhar yoga, means अग्नि कर्म और क्षार कर्म का योग्य मृदु मांस खंड पर करना चाहिए. Means the अग्नि कर्म should be practiced on the soft piece of meat muscles. Now, what are the scope of treatment by Agni Karma in various diseases? As the शारीरिक and मानसिक दोषाज are the causative factors for the diseases as per Ayurveda. The शारीरिक दोषाज which are due to Vata, Pitta, Kapha causes various diseases. Among Vatas and Kapha's diseases, the Agni Karma is a treatment modality mentioned by ancient seers. The Vatas Nanatmaj Vyadhi is 80 and the Kapha's Nanatmaj Vyadhi is 20. So total Vatas and Kapha's diseases are 100. Among these hundreds, the clinician must choose and select the particular situations and conditions in which the Agni Karma may be a suitable modality for the treatment. The Agni Karma are excellent in treating various diseases like Ars, Arbut, Bhagandar, etc. Also in treating musculoskeletal and neuromuscular disorders, osteoarthritis, calcaneal spur, Gridrasi or sciatica. These are the broad scope of there is the broad scope of Agni Karma for the treatment of various diseases. The advanced form of Agni Karma in present scenario are practicing like in cauterization, laser in medicinal use, that is lithotripsy, or in prostatectomy operation, remove the unwanted warts, moles, remove the unwanted hairs, remove the precancerous lesions, and remove the dry eczematous lesions, cysts, keloids, etc. It plays a major role in controlling the hemorrhage, avoid recurrence in various surgeries also. The modern form cautery is also used in form of hemostatic. The Acharya Dallhad quoted that the Agni Takt Shastrin Chidhyant Anyatha Atapt Shastra Chedin Pak Bhayam Syat. That means the Agni Tapt Shastra prevent the sepsis. So in many conditions which are septic, chronic, non-healing wounds, having the hard margins and senseless skins should be treated with the help of Agni Karma. The concept of Agni Karma utilized advanced and derivative forms as actual cauterization or cautery, the therapeutic burn of diseased tissue, chemical cautery, electrocautery or galvanocautery, diathermy cautery, cold cautery, laser in medical use, laser in photocoagulations, correcting visions, lithotripsy, etc. There are various scopes for the treatment of diseases with the help of Agni Karma depending upon the clinicians in which situation it should be applied. What are the probable mode of action? In literature, the actual and pinpoint mode of action not described, but on going through detail in the subject, one should find that the Vahya Agni and Abhyantar Agni are nearer to same like concept of Yat Pinde Tad Brahmande. The Abhyantar Agni means internal Agni have quality or features to subside as per Charak is Agnir, Am, Stambh, Sheet, Sool, Udvaipan, Prasamnana. Same like external Agni also assumed to act like Agni, Am, Stambh, Sheet, Sool, Udvaipan, Prasamnana. As I already told that in Vatas and Kaphas dosas diseases, the Agni Karma is a treatment modalities which may be adopted by the clinician depending upon the situations and the disease conditions. In Vatas and Kaphas dosas, as stiffness means stabdhata, pain, pida, movement disorders, Granthi, etc. are mainly due to Vatas and Kaphas rogas, so it can be treated by Agni Karma which having Ushna Gud and are Kaph Vat Samak property. Am Pachan, that removes the toxins and it improves the local tissue nourishments. The another way of thinking of our Agni Karma mode of action is as it is contraindicated in Pitta rogas, as mentioned by Susruta in Sutrasthan chapter 12, that the property of Pitta, Dosa and Agni is nearer to similar and is not beneficial in treating such diseases. As there is no any established mode of action described for Agni Karma therapy, that how this act, it can be thought according to conditions also, like it remove unwanted tissue by burn at periphery in case of Granthi, and it stop the bleeding after contracting the Siraj by following the principles of Susrut Daha Sankochayet Sira. This is also the principles which adopted in cautery to stop the bleeding for hemostasis. It burn the warts and remove the unwanted warts. The Agni Karma able to destroy the chronic fibrosis tract of the Bhagandar or other sinus tract or Nadi blood. It stimulates the muscular tissue and musculoskeletal tissue to remove the spasm, so helpful to resolve the spasmodic pain in various musculoskeletal disorders. It prevents the sepsis as there is sterilization due to high temperature while doing the Agni Karma. As already mentioned by Susrut and Dallhad. It stimulates the muscular tissue. The Agni Karma stimulates the muscular tissue and the musculoskeletal tissue, so remove the spasmodic pain. The Agni Karma prevents sepsis as there is sterilization due to high temperature while doing the Agni Karma. The hypothetically the mechanism of action also be described as on the basis of gate control theory for pain of the modern science. The Agni may stimulate pain and touch sensations. When all these impulses reach the spinal cord through posterior nerve root, the fiber of each sensation send collaterals to the neurons of the pain pathway, that is cells of marginal nucleus and substantia gelatinosa. The impulses of touch sensation passing through these collaterals inhibits the release of glutamate and substance P from the pain fibers. This closes the gate and the pain transmission is blocked. This is basically a gate control theory of pain. Now the other methods which also able to describe the mechanism of action is the Ushna Gud of the Agni. Due to the Ushna Gud, it increases the Dhatu Agni and it removes the toxins. It improves the local nourishment, reduces the pain and decreases the inflammatory process. So with the help of these factors, we are able to understand the mode of action of Agni Karma, and I hope you are satisfied seeing these topics. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you so much.